Hi everybody, welcome back to 5, our
Hello.
tips, tricks and picks.
You're so good at saying that. It's a tongue twister. I can never
It
get
is
it.
a bit. Tom does struggle to say that actually.
The
We're
amount of
really
takes.
cool normally.
There's a lot of takes of the
Yeah.
tips, tricks, and
You nearly did it.
I did almost.
We're back on the beach today. We love it here. It's beautiful, isn't it? Lovely, lovely day. We're going to be talking about sustainable weddings today. I think we all know the importance of doing our bit to cut the cost of impact of everything we do on the environment, and weddings unfortunately do have a massive, or can have a massive impact. Even though we only doing it once, we think to ourselves, well, I'm only doing it once, it doesn't matter. It kind of does, because loads of people are doing it once, and we're doing hundreds of weddings all the time, or seeing hundreds of weddings all the time. So whatever you can do is really important. But let's be honest about it as well. We know how stressful it is to organise a wedding. We know that there is so much going on in terms of wanting to keep in budget, what you've always wanted, the extra level of perhaps stress that you've got to go through to make it sustainable. So what we've done is we've gone through quite a few blogs and sifted out 5 tips about making a wedding sustainable that are really achievable and really manageable, and actually won't take you that much time or extra effort. And we hope it's really, really useful to you.
Number 1 is food. And it is a number 1 because it's our favourite and it is the most important to us.
Actually, decor is really important to me.
Yeah, I do love that too. I'm just talking about me and what goes in my body, and I
yeah.
love food. So, talking about that, and on a serious note, it's starting off and thinking, how can I get things that are local? How can I source my food locally? We live in such a diverse country, and there's so many different things that we can eat. I'm thinking of the fish in the sea here, and all that kind of stuff. But talk to your caterer pretty early on about how you can make it sustainable, how you can source all your all your food locally.
Because obviously the more local it is, the less transportation, the less carbon release. So it's better to go local. Also, your wedding cake, talk to your baker, whoever's baking your cake, about sourcing local ingredients, seasonal fruits, recycled things that go on it, that sort of thing. There are ways of making a wedding cake more sustainable too. So think about your food when it comes to your wedding, and go local if you can. Number 2 is attire. Consider a sustainable wedding dress. So find somewhere, or look into somewhere that might make wedding dresses that are using more sustainable materials, or rent it. I know that's a bit controversial, but actually I've got a sister-in-law who rents, when she goes to big events, which she does for her husband, she rents dresses and gets the most beautiful designer dresses, actually, just to wear for the evening. So consider renting them, because you can get some incredible dresses, or at least think about certainly hiring the men's suits, but think about where to find a dress that might be more sustainable than somewhere else.
Number 3 is your decor. The blogs, all the sustainable blogs, talk a lot about confetti. Now, we absolutely love a confetti shot. One of the highlights of the day, and so most of our couples.
Bride and grooms do, yeah.
And so we're not saying don't do it,
No.
but there's ways to do it sustainable. Obviously it's dried flowers, dried petals, all those kind of things that you use instead of the kind of fake made
Lavender.
stuff. Which, all those things, to be honest, I love. They're more natural, and it looks better if it's natural materials anyway.
Yeah.
So it's go for dried stuff.
Yeah, and then there's tablecloth and napkins that you use. So go for linen. I mean, linen's so much more beautiful anyway than using things like paper ones and that sort of thing. So use ones that can be washed and given to somebody, or hired, washed and given to somebody else. So linen, and think about your table. Yeah,
and Facebook. So Facebook Marketplace is a great place to find things that have been used before that you could use. Some things you're just going to have to buy new, but hopefully then you can pass them on to other people. Yeah. But if there isn't, it's always worth checking out Facebook Marketplace, all those kind of things, see what you can get there.
Absolutely. And then flowers is obviously a massive part of weddings. And a lot of you will know, I'm an absolute
You don't love
sucker
flowers, do you?
for flowers. I'm also a flower snob. I'm not a fan of Tesco flowers, unfortunately.
Sorry, Tesco.
Sorry, Tesco.
I'm sure you're watching.
But if you've bought me Tesco flowers before, I love them. Please, I mean, I do love being bought any flowers. I shouldn't have admitted that on a vlog. But anyway, I love flowers and really have a think about this. Somebody like Martha in the Meadow, who we adore, actually, she does the most incredible wedding flower creations. She talks about seasonal flowers, so getting flowers that haven't got to be flown from the other side of the world, like exotic flowers, but getting ones that are in season and that are locally grown. She actually grows her own flowers when she can as well, so check whether your florist can do that too. Also check whether they're using plastic foam and things like that to keep to hold the flowers or keep the flowers going. So just really be mindful about where your flowers are coming from and just look into that and just see if it can be slightly more sustainable than what you'd originally planned. Number 4 is called For Your Guests. Invitations. I completely understand why somebody would want to send out paper invitations, and I love receiving a card or a letter in the post far more than I like receiving an email, and it's easier to save and to have something to hold and to keep forever. I'm unfortunately not going to tell you to send out an electronic invitation because I don't like them. And also I love doing that flat lay shot of an invitation.
Yes, you do.
I'm a details girl, so I love that. But do send out an electronic save the date card. That is somewhere somewhere that you can help the environment by not sending out 2 sets of invitations in the post. So electronic save the date card's a good idea.
And then come to the wedding day, your favours on the table. Just think about what things you could do, either using things that are local, local gins and bottles that can be recycled, or tree saplings or plants for bees.
Seeds.
Love bees. Maybe even a little bit of honey,
Tom loves honey.
I do love honey.
We are a honey-loving house. Tom's going to get some bees.
Yes, I am.
Maybe we should do a 5 on beekeeping.
No, I don't think people that won't go well with the weddings. But anyway, think about things that you could do on the table that are local and sustainable.
Yeah. Number 5 is your registry or your gift list. This is a really easy one to have an impact on the environment, because you can choose together some items that make your household and your house more sustainable. I won't go into the ideas. There are so many ways that you could do that at home, but when you're buying things for your kitchen or your bathroom or whatever, there are a variety of ways and a variety of things that you can put on that list to make your house more sustainable. Or if you want to totally forego the gift list, you can do something for a charity and donate to a charity on behalf of your guests. Donate to a charity on behalf of your guests.
Yeah, some great ideas.
It's a really lovely idea. So I hope those 5 and the breakdown within each 5 points is really useful, easy, achievable ways of making your wedding more sustainable. We get that it's really, really hard, but I think we all do have to do our bit to help the environment. Just to say as well that we drew on different blogs to get these ideas. They're not all ideas of our own, and we're going to put...
I thought they were all my idea. No, they're not. We'll put the list.
We're going to put the
links all these blogs on,
to the blog, so you can read the full blogs as well below, and get even more ideas for your sustainable wedding.
My idea was the honey, though. That was mine.
Of course, it was Tom.
Mm-hmm.
It's food. It's sweet, and it's to do with nature.
It's good for the planet.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of 5, and we will look forward to sharing some more stuff with you soon.
In the future. See you soon.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.